Okay, so Dave Aikens with Savvy Optics, and I've been doing optical design and optical engineering for about 40 years now. Graduated from the University of Rochester in '83 and '84, and then worked in industry ever since. In 2007, I started my own company, Savvy Optics Corp. Okay, sure. So Understanding Scratch and Dig was actually the first class we wrote, and we originally did it as an outreach thing for standards. And what we found is it's acquired an entire following. It's very popular for SPIE, and all over the world we teach this class now. And it's really about understanding the specifications, the Scratch and Dig specs, the different kinds, ways to specify it, ways to inspect for it, and really it's very it's a really wonderful course for both engineers, but also for technicians and inspectors. So it really kind of covers the whole company in terms of surface quality for optical components. Okay, that's a great question, because the class is actually understanding Scratch and Dig, right? But it's not about Scratch and Dig done right. There are a bunch of different standards, and most of them are incorrectly used and interpreted in the industry. So students are always coming up to me saying, I had no idea. I did not know that the Scratch number is not the width in microns, that it's a completely arbitrary system that was developed in 1945 by a couple of guys at Kodak. It's a very different thing than most people realize. It's not metrological, it's subjective. And that's probably the biggest thing, is that the rules are very different from the way people think they are written. They're really much more complex than most people give it credit to. So continuing education is essential. Any business that wants to remain competitive has to have their workforce coming up to speed constantly. And in my case, my classes are about specifications and standards. Well, those are living documents, right? So you take the class 1 year, 5 years later, you're out of date, right? So it's really important to continue developing that knowledge and that understanding. But that's just specifications. The optics industry is very dynamic. The industry is changing constantly, right? The way we make optics, the way we specify optics, constantly evolving. How we use them, what kind of applications we can do. If your people aren't out there getting that continuing education all the time, they get stale. They don't know what they don't know.